For missing the target from there, you want bloody shooting. How's it going, everybody? Come on, my son. Get in there. Have some of that Wayne Rooney amount. Listen, I'm just joking. He's a bloody legend, obviously. But look, what's going on with that beard, Wayne? You're not fooling anyone, all right? Okay? He's just literally glued Dan Bilzerian's beard to his bloody face. What are you doing? Anyway, he's come to play. Well, we've gone there to play Derby County tonight against Manchester United. Finished 3-0 to United. We smashed them up. Come on, my son. Get in there. Through to the next round of the FA Cup. There's no Spurs there. There's no Spurs there, is there? Because Jose's an absolute melt job. Come on, get in there. What a performance tonight by United. Really good. I mean, look, okay, we're playing Derby County. But, Rooney, the stage was set for Rooney to have a good game against us. To be fair, Derby started the game, first 20 minutes of the game, they started it brilliantly, really organised, had a couple of good chances. Sibley had a couple of good chances. It wasn't really Wayne Rooney's night tonight. I thought we had a bit of a bang average game by his standards. Saying that, he still had 2 fantastic free kicks saved by that man, Sergio Romero, who we will get onto very, very shortly. We've got to talk about Sergio Romero. Some really good performances by United tonight. But look, after the first 20 minutes of the game, United settled into it. We started to control things. After the first goal went in, that's when United start to play. We start to show our dominance, show our extra quality, and start to smash up Derby County. And that is what we did. Let me know I'm coming through loud and clear, lads and lasses. Thank you very much for stopping by for the post-match show. Do chuck a cheeky little like on this vid if you are tuning in live right now, and thank you very much for being here. So yeah, United, after we got that first goal, let's just talk about Luke Shaw then. He scored the first goal. He's volleyed one into the back of the net, or certainly into the ground, which has then ricocheted and bounced and dipped into the back of the net. Fantastic overall performance from Luke Shaw today, though. That goal was brilliant from him. He was just a menace down that left-hand side. He was working his socks off down there, influential, creating, passing, his movement. A lot of United's good play in that first half came down the left-hand side. And in fact, the goal that he scored, the volley into the ground that dipped over the keeper, he set up that whole move down the left-hand side, and he was generally just coming in there, causing all sorts of problems, creating chances for his teammates, having shots on goal. Luke Shaw, fantastic performance by him. And, I've been critical of him in the past. I have to just take it all back and say, do you know what, Luke Shaw, son? Fair fucking play to you, lad. Fair play to you for coming back from being, in a mediocre bit of form and really challenging himself and really trying to kick on and really putting in the effort out there. And I'm guessing in training as well, because there's a reason why he's being selected ahead of Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams came on the scene, and to me and a lot of other people looked like maybe he was already a better player than Luke Shaw, even though Luke Shaw's got way more experience than him and is way further along in his career. Like, Brandon Williams just seemed to have that raw talent. But, Brandon had a couple of ropey games. Solskjaer elected to play Luke Shaw instead. And do you know what? He's been absolutely shown to have made the right decision there, because the last 5 or 6 games, Luke Shaw's been one of our best players. He's been super consistent. He's been out there doing all sorts of things, and today was no different. He was buzzing around. He was creating things. He scored a goal. He assisted the second goal for Odion Ighalo. What more can you ask for Luke Shaw? Come on, Lukey! That's it, my son. That's what we want to see a little bit more of. The form that he's on now, I think it's the best form that Luke Shaw's been in since before he had that leg break. Before he had that horrible leg breaking incident against Benfica. He has been an absolute, hit and miss since then, really. But the last 5 or 6 games, he's really kicked on, and I'm really loving what I'm seeing. And fair play to Solskjaer for selecting him as well, because like I say, could be easy to just select Brandon at this moment in time with Luke Shaw a bit out of form a little while ago. What I would say is I think it goes to show you that Ollie has done really well in terms of competition for places. He's brought Brandon in. All of a sudden, it's lit to fire up the arsehole of Luke Shaw. And Luke Shaw, he's singed, but he has to pick himself up, and he has to perform. Otherwise, he's going to lose his place in the side. So he's got the competition for places from Brandon Williams. You have seen, since Brandon Williams burst on the scene and took the mantle away from him at left back, Luke Shaw has actually got the bit between his teeth and started to fight for that left back place. And that's what I'd like to see Luke Shaw. So, to me, he's easily a candidate for man of the match. We'll get into that in a little bit. The other player I just want to highlight right now, there's 3 players I want to talk about before we get into player ratings, but Odion Ighalo, sunshine, at the top of the pitch there. The Nigerian phenom doing all sorts of stuff for us. Crikey. I mean, who have we signed here? He looks quality, to be fair. He's come in there. He's loving it. He's a United fan as a boy. He's scored 2 goals tonight. He could have had a hat-trick. He's held up the ball fantastically well. His movement up top there is majestic. He's making these runs, speculative runs, hoping that maybe United are going to win it back and put it in there. He's putting in the effort. He's making the movement across the front line. He's holding the ball up. And do you know what? What is he doing? The most important thing a finisher, a striker can do is finish. He scored 2 brilliant goals tonight with that majestic left boot of his. And do you know what? Odion Ighalo, to me, is a Manchester United player. I said it in my live stream. Anybody's not seen the game. But he strikes me as a United player. He's got the right attitude. He came in saying how much he loves the club, how much of a dream it is to play for the club. There's pictures of him as a kid in Lagos, Nigeria, wearing the Manchester United kit. It's a dream come true for Odion Ighalo, and you can see when he goes up there and he's representing United, he's fulfilling that dream, he's living that dream, and he's working his absolute socks off as well to try and help United, and he's relishing wearing that red shirt. That's a signing of the season for me. One of them, because we needed some firepower up there, we needed some backup, we needed some goals coming from somewhere else other than Anthony Martial. And it looks like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has found his man with this loan signing we got. He's on loan only for a few months. Look, from what we've seen so far, he's looking bloody majestic. It would be hard to say, look, not try and keep hold of him at the end of the season because he's looking brilliant at the moment. And if he continues as he is between now and the end of the season, not only would he have helped United out with a huge amount of important goals, I'm sure, but he would have cemented himself in, United's plans maybe going forward next season. And there's some people saying maybe we should be looking at a bigger name, a better player, a more technical player. But what I like about Odion Ighalo is he's different to the other options we've got up there. We've got Greenwood who can play striker, we've got Rashford who can play striker, we've got Martial who's the number 9 who can play striker. But he doesn't offer the same thing as them. Like I say, he's a better hold-up player than those. If you saw that first goal that Odion Ighalo scored tonight, yes, maybe there's a little bit of fortune to it, but it's his strength and it's his finishing that has got that goal. There's a few players coming in there, and he's done a good job just basically holding them off. And it's just sort of ricocheted around a little bit, fallen to him. He smacked it away with that left boot. Absolutely amazing performance by Odion Ighalo tonight, working his socks off up there. The movement, 2 goals from him. He's got that brilliant second goal as well, which was fantastic. Also, shout out to Odion Ighalo tonight for putting an amazing performance. Not only that, like I say, he's intelligent. His hold-up play, receives the ball. He's not just looking to be like a headless chicken up there. He's looking for a teammate. Mata had a great opportunity laid on a plate by Odion Ighalo in that second half, which he should have done better with. And so I think Odion Ighalo, Luke Shaw, I'm just going to kick it off. I'll do a lopsided player ratings tonight, and we'll kick it off with those 2. They're both going to get 9 out of 10 for me tonight. Luke Shaw scored, he got an assist, generally caused all sorts of havoc down that left-hand side tonight. Brilliant performance by Luke Shaw, one of the best I've seen from him in a long time. Okay, we're coming up against Derby, but even so, he was majestic. And Odion Ighalo up there probably just about shades my man of the match performance. He's going to get my man of the match tonight because he was the goal scorer up there. He was the finisher. He was the man that, took his chances tonight. He was called upon and he's answered that call. And he scored a couple of goals tonight, which were brilliant. And I thought his finishing, the second goal, smacking it in the roof of the net. The first goal, keeping on his feet there, holding off the Derby defenders, and then slotting away past the keeper. Both proper number 9 strikers goals. Say what you want about Martial. I think Martial's a brilliant player, so technically gifted. He's got a little bit of work to do in terms of getting that whole striker movement into his game. He's been playing across the whole front line throughout his career, really. He's not a specialised striker, whereas Odion Ighalo, you can see, man, he's a proper striker, and he gives us something different too. So what a signing that is. Absolutely amazing. Loving what I'm seeing from Odion Ighalo, the Nigerian nightmare. So happy to have him. I hope that United maybe do look at bringing him in next season. He just seems like somebody, he's a United player, as I say. Some people are not United players. You come in, they don't have the right mentality, the right attitude. He is a United player, and he does seem to possess that. So 9 out of 10 from me. Man of the match performance from Odion Ighalo. Equally, it could have gone to Luke Shaw. BT Sport, they gave it to Luke Shaw, and I can understand why, because it was a majestic performance from him. So they both get 9s. Now let's talk about the third player I wanted to get onto and talk about and just highlight in this game, and that is Sergio Romero, because there's a lot of talk about David De Gea at the moment, melted all over the place like some sort of Spanish fondue. And I tell you what, I'm sick and tired of dipping my bread in that. I don't want any more of that. You know what? I want some Argentinian freaking steak. That's what I want. a nice chewy bit of Argentinian steak out there. And that's what Sergio Romero gives you. He gives you that Argentino barbecue steakhouse vibe. And I'm liking that. It's spicy out there. It's smoky. And I'll tell you what, he put in a great performance tonight. He's made a few great saves. Both the saves from Wayne Rooney free kicks were both top-class saves. And he made another epic save as well in that second half to deny them and keep a clean sheet. What can you say about Sergio Romero? He barely puts a foot wrong. It's like David De Gea, maybe one of the best shot stoppers in the world. He may be one of the most celebrated goalkeepers in the world, and he's very experienced, and he's done it for years for United, have been a massive success, but he's making errors left, right and centre, whereas you see Sergio Romero come in there, not only does he look solid, but he's also saving our bacon every single time you see him. He's not making silly, stupid errors out there, certainly not to the level or the regularity that De Gea is. So, to me, Sergio Romero, if anything, he has really confused me now, because I was thinking, look, show David De Gea the faith in the derby game. You might get the best goalkeeper in the world on his day, that's it. But you also might get somebody who's a little bit low on confidence, who's maybe got an error in him. You might have the City players looking to maybe cause an error for David, maybe challenge him a little bit in terms of corners and set pieces, maybe having chicken dipper shots from distance just to test him early on. Because confidence is low for David De Gea right now. It's got to be, after that absolute bloody melt job the other day. It's got to be low, uphill battle against Everton right from the start, all because of David's melt job. You don't see that from Sergio Romero. So it's really confusing because I think maybe United would actually be better off playing Romero in the derby now. I do. He's high on confidence. He's looking good. He's looking solid as a rock. That might come back to bite me, but I think Romero's just playing himself into the game. Now, whether or not Solskjaer will select him or select De Gea, he'll probably stick with De Gea, won't we? He probably will. It's a bit harsh on David just to drop him for that mistake, but it's all too many too often. If you go back at the start of last season, De Gea has made the most mistakes in the league along with Pickford and that lead to goals. That's not good. That is not a good stat. We've talked about it's really not a good stat, whereas Romero, man, solid as a bloody rock. Anyway, Romero gets an 8 from me tonight, just to give you the player ratings. Romero gets an 8. I thought he was very solid, made some brilliant saves, maybe an 8.5 actually, because he did make 3 really great saves, which could have been goals on another day. Let's talk about the back line. Luke Shaw gets the 9. There was no Slabby Maguire starting at the back there, so the defensive duties were that of Eric Bailly and Victor Lindelof. I thought they both acquitted themselves well. Both did a very good job out there, to be fair. Not a whole lot to do after the first 20 minutes, though. We're coming up against Derby County, but, Bailey gets a 7, Lindelof gets a 6.5, and over on the right, Dallo, I thought he had a bit of a quiet game, to be fair. Everyone was doing some good stuff out there, but maybe it was because I was interacting with the chat and stuff like that throughout the whole entire watch-along, but I just did not see that much in terms of class from Diogo Dallo in that game. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe there's stuff that I missed, but I'll probably give him a 6 in that game, just a quiet one. Didn't really put a foot wrong, I suppose, but just a bit of a quiet one. Defensive midfield-wise, or central midfield-wise, let's talk about Fred and McTominay, both industrious throughout. We had a bit of a ropey first opening 20 minutes. They gave the ball away a few too many times for my liking, but they settled into it. McTominay's so passionate, so full of fire out there. He really is just a complete character, I think, a sort of leader that you need, somebody who gets stuck in there, somebody who fights for the cause of the team, and somebody that's always looking to do the best thing for the team, and that's what you get from McTominay. But today's performance from him, he's still settling back into it. I thought he's done well, to be fair. Didn't set the world alight, give him a 7. I'll give Fred a 7 as well. Those two have been doing well since McTominay's come back in there, and Fred's had a brilliant revitalisation recently over the last few months, and he's just a sheer class player for United right now. What can you say about Fred? Just every single week puts in a respectable performance, if not a respectable performance, then a top-class performance. Can't say enough good things about Freddie at the moment. Love the lad. Come on, my son, get in there. Right, Juan Mata in front then. I thought Juan Mata was pretty damn bloody bang average today. I know he had a good couple of opportunities. I know he had a good hand in some of our play, but I just thought he was a bit wayward, he was a bit wasteful, and he wasn't quite on the same wavelength with Bruno as we saw in that last game. So for me, Juan Mata gets a 6.5. I thought he's done all right, but just a bit bloody bang average. Bruno Fernandes, again, he's that creative spark for us. He's always driving us forward. He's leading his teammates on. I love Bruno. I love, he's dictating play out there. You saw it out there. He's pointing, he's telling, he's pushing and dragging his teammates around out there with balls. He's saying, Mata, get the fuck over there, son, so I can play the ball to you. He's making these players run out there. He literally is doing that. So I think he's a great player. He's a great signing for Manchester United, and he has had a good performance tonight. You know, he hasn't assisted, he hasn't scored, but he's been a menace throughout. He's created, he's done a good job for United. So I give him a 7 tonight. Brilliant stuff. Loving what I'm seeing from Bruno. You know, so happy to have him around. Let's talk about Lingard then. What the fuck was he doing on the pitch? He's absolutely bloody useless. Ole Gunnar, you need your head test in. What is going on? Why is Jesse Lingard getting on the pitch? Like Angel Gomez, Chong, you know, Tahith Chong, bloody Tommy Chong. Anybody. I'd have anybody on the pitch instead of Jesse Lingard right now. I do not understand that at all from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like, you're obviously going to get rid of him in the summer. He's obviously bang bloody averagely shite. You've obviously played him for bloody a year now, and he's done nothing for you, so why don't you obviously not play him anymore? That's what I just don't understand with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, though. Like, okay, we got to rest players, we're playing Derby, we got to rest players for the City game. Make a decision then. Don't play Lingard. Like somebody said in the live chat, forgive me, I've forgotten who said it earlier. But they said, look, if Angel Gomez had been given all the opportunities of Jesse Lingard this season, instead of Jesse Lingard, Angel Gomez would have developed, you know, much better as a player. Not only that, you wouldn't have got anything less. You wouldn't have got anything less than Jesse Lingard has provided us from Angel Gomez. You just wouldn't have, because that's not physically possible. You can't get less than nothing, can you? So, that's what I would have wanted to see, is a little bit more development of those guys rather than selecting this guff Jesse Lingard every single week. Makes no sense to me. Look, he didn't have a terrible game, but still he's giving the ball away a lot. We're playing Derby County. Why is everyone else looking top class out there against Derby County? Jesse Lingard's looking like he's just about found his bloody level. That is what is so frustrating about Solskjaer and Lingard and that whole situation. Don't get what he sees in the little pigeon. Don't select him. Just let him rot until the summer. And I know that's harsh to say, you know, he's a local lad, he's a Manchester Academy product. Those are great things to celebrate and get behind and give chances to. If you can't give chances and a little bit of faith and time to Academy products, then who can you give chances to, really? You've got to stick with these players for a long time. But there's only so much time that you can stick with them. There's only so many mediocre, absolutely bang averagely gash performances they can put in before you have to cut the cord and say, do you know what, Jesse, go and play for bloody Kettering Town, mate. You know? So I'm very pissed off that Lingard started, but I'm not going to be negative. That's the only negative I've really got from the game tonight, okay? It's Jesse Lingard starting. I just don't get it. So to me, and I thought he's bang average, he's going to get the lowest rating for me tonight. That's going to be a 5.5. Sorry about that. Jesse Lingard gets the lowest rating for me tonight. Odion Ighalo up top then. I've already given him my man of the match, and I've already given him the 9 out of 10. So those are my player ratings, lads and lasses. Thank you very much for being patient and hearing me out. There's about 100 of you legends in here right now. Please do us a favour if you are tuning in live. Please smack a little like on this video. Let's see if we can smash 100 likes by the end of this video. That'd be sensational. So please do get your thumbs out and stick one on there. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, shout out to you all for tuning in for the watch along earlier as well. And any of you that have remained here, you know, thank you very much for getting in here. You're a bunch of bloody heroes. Right, okay. I think it's time to get into your comments then, but just before I do that, actually, I just want to say, you know, Spurs absolutely bloody melted. We've got Norwich next. You know, we've got a good little run here we could go. We could get through to the latter stages of the FA Cup pretty comfortably here. We'll see what happens. You know, Chelsea are still in it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer literally is Frank Lampard's master at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Frank Lampard is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's little mistress, his bitch, so to speak. That's what's going on. Anytime Lamps looks in the mirror, he sees Ole. And anytime Ole looks in the mirror, he sees Lamps melting. And he knows he's got the better of him. We've played him 3 times this season. We've won every single time. So I'd be happy to get Frank Lampard's Chelsea in the FA Cup. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I would. Anyway, let's get into your comments section then. Thank you very much for getting there. But let's just talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for a second, actually. Because there's so many people still, all the Ole Out Brigade, I hear them. They're a little bit quieter now. Because they know they sound like dicks now. Because Ole's doing a reasonable job. We're still in the FA Cup. We're in the quarters. Or 6th round, you know, where we're in the Europa League latter stages. We're challenging for the top 5, you know, European spot places in the league still. He's made great signings. He's moved shit signings on. He's built and developed a couple of the youth players into the side. He's brought the best out of players like Luke Shaw and Fred, who Jose couldn't get the best of. Jose was an absolute gash manager of Luke Shaw. Do you remember Luke Shaw under Jose Mourinho? He's awful. And it's like, because Jose has always had this negative, abrasive relationship with Luke Shaw too, publicly. This can't be good. Look at Odion Ighalo, puts the arm around the shoulder. He's given him the confidence, and Luke Shaw is showing him what he can be done in a happy scenario. And I think that is a big difference between the management styles. I'm not saying Solskjaer's a better manager than Jose, but what I'm saying is I think he's maybe, in this day and age, with the way players are, he's maybe a better manager at this moment in time. At this moment in time, now that's a ridiculous thing to say because Jose's one of the greatest. You know, look at that Inter side that won the treble. To get the most out and squeeze the most juice out of that team, absolutely brilliant. Porto as well. You've got to be a great manager. But I'm saying at this moment in time, I'm not seeing it from Jose over at Spurs, but I am seeing it from Odion Ighalo Solskjaer at Manchester United. I just think he's doing well. What can you say about Oli? He's doing well, lads and lasses. So give him a bit more time. Give him another transfer window. Let's see what he can do going into next season. That's truly how I believe. Even if we don't get top 4 or top 5 this season and have Champions League football next year, we have a good cup run, we have a good Europa League run, we challenge and we get close and we stay in the fight and we look good and we win games and we play some good stuff along the way, then I think he's deserved enough time to get more money, you know, deserves the time. Right, okay, let's read your comments then, lads and lasses. Thanks for getting in here. Please do chuck a like on this video. Get your thoughts and opinions in now. I'm going to dive deep into these comments section. Thank you very much for hearing me ramble on now for what appears like a millennia. 20 minutes! I said this video was going to be 20 minutes long. Well, that's gone out the bloody window, hasn't it? Because I haven't even got into the comments and chatting with you legends yet. You've just been listening to me talk absolute bollocks. Right, okay, let's get into it. Ighalo United says, Jose is finished like manager is dead now, LOL. Fair play. I mean, I just don't think his career is ever really going to get back to where it was. You know, if you think about everything he touched turned to gold back in the day. Porto won the Champions League with Porto. Who does that? Incredible team. Won the Premier League 2 years in a row with, you know, Chelsea. Just absolutely changed their fortunes with Roman Abramovich and their millions, but still came in there, dethroned Fergie right away, you know, for a couple of seasons. Fair play to you. Brilliant stuff. Inter Milan won the treble, Champions League, domestic trophy, domestic cup. Come on, unbelievable. Who does that shit? And then he goes over to Real Madrid, finally wins La Liga, does all sorts of bits over there, wins La Liga with record points, goes back to Chelsea, and this is when you're starting to see the rot set in a little bit, because he started well with Chelsea, got them what they wanted, but then the next season they've absolutely melted, and then he's come to United, and same sort of thing. First season, great, done a really good job stabilising us, winning us trophies, did the Mickey Mouse treble. You can't ask for more than that in his first season. Second season, finished second in the league, but then it's just petered off. After that, it was terrible. The style of football, the defensive nature of it, playing defensive football without really the defensive tools to be able to do it. And he showed himself up to be a little bit set in his ways and not prepared to change and adapt to United's tradition and mentality. So he had to go. And now he's gone to Spurs. And I know that they've lost Son and they've lost Harry Kane. And he's only been there for a few months. And he was dealing with Pochettino's getting them a little bit further down there in the league. And they were struggling. But even so, I'm just not seeing anything positive from Jose and Spurs. You know, I'm thinking, what is this guy actually? I think he's just over the hill a little bit in terms of footballing style and terms. You know, if you think about Klopp and Guardiola, the style, the way they go about it, they rip teams open, they win most of the time. Jose, just when they win, they just don't look that good. They're conceding goals all over the gaff, and that is something uncharacteristic of the Jose Mourinho side. You might not expect Jose Mourinho's side to be ripping up teams and scoring 5 goals a game and doing what Liverpool are, but you'd expect them to not concede many goals, because that's just Jose all over. But at the moment, they're conceding goals left, right and centre. Shout out to Michael Collins. He says, Portuguese Mr. Bean is washed up, rip. Stivich Johnson says, what's going on here? What's going on, Stivich? Thanks for getting in here. Love your name. Love your name. HDD SNJD says, hello to you. Cameron Ketch has never underestimate Pig's capacity to ramble on for ages. Love it. You're not wrong about that, Cameron Ketch, mate. Like 23 minutes I've been talking now. I know, like I said, it was going to be a 20-minute vid, but we've just got a little bit carried away. Jesse Heron says Sancho in, Lingard out. Even if there was no Sancho in, I'd still rather Lingard out. Like at this stage, I would be happy. And I don't want to be harsh on Lingard, overly harsh. I would be happy, lads and lasses, to see him go on a free. That's how little I think he provides us. When you bear in mind this lad is stealing a living of £150,000 a week out of United's coffers. And what is he putting in? He's not even putting 150 quid's worth of value into the club, really. Sorry, might seem a bit harsh. He's done all right, you know. He's done all right against lesser opposition when we've seen him. But come on, other than scoring a goal against a bunch of Kazakhstani farmers this season, what has he actually done? And what has he done going into last season? He's bang bloody average, lads and lasses. Sorry, I just hit the mic. Anyway, it triggers me, man, because I don't get why he's playing. I hope that he is moved on. I hope that we do get Sancho in. That would be amazing, obviously. Griffo Chas says opinions on Lee Grant's contract extension. So Lee Grant has got a new extension. He's like going to be the third choice keeper for us for another couple of years. Like, what are you actually doing, Lee Grant? Fair enough. You do need a backup there, I guess. We got Romero, we got De Gea, we got Henderson coming back as well next season. Like, really, Lee Grant just has no ambition. He's happy to sit on the bench there, looking like Flex from the United stand. So fair play to him if that's what he wanted to do. You know, he seems like a nice lad. We've got him there. You know, it's like, I don't really, you know, whatever. It's just one of those. Nicola, Mrs. Piggy, how you doing? Comments PDL. Oh, not you and all. Not you and all. You're not part of the PDL, are you, crikey? Matthias Lima says Lingard, Pereira and Dalot are useless. Fair play. I didn't think Dalot did too well tonight, to be fair, but I have been impressed with some of his attacking abilities, not so much, you know, defensively, but going forward as a flying wing-back. I think he's got some good skills, but tonight, you're right, wasn't really a good game for him. And then the other two you mentioned, Pereira and Lingard, I mean, they're just garbage. Lingard's just proven gash now. Just been doing it for too long, absolute rubbish. And then Pereira, he's pretty much the same. He's a little bit better than Jesse, but he's still proven garbage. Nothing more than a bit part backup player for games like this, really. Nothing more than that for me. And if he leaves, I won't be bothered. If he stays, I won't be bothered, as long as he stays in that bit part backup role. Matt Lewis says, Ollie doing a great job at the moment. Get in there, Matt Lewis. Fully agree, mate. Like, you know, you got to be loving it, to be fair, because what can I say? He's you know, he's doing a good job with considering where the squad was at the start. I love how this team's progressed. All of a sudden, we've got these young gems in there. All of a sudden, Brandon Williams. All of a sudden, Greenwood. All of a sudden, Rashford banging in a record amount of goals for him. Marcio, Ighalo's come in there. Bruno Fernandes, what a signing. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, best right back in the league up there. Defensively, for sure. You know, Harry Maguire, great signing. Slabby, captain for the next 5-6 years. You know, he's done some great things already. Give him a bit more time. You never know. I think he's laying the foundation for something pretty damn special here at United, I'll be perfectly honest. Yeah, I agree with you there. Thank you very much. Sam Ingram, how you doing, Sammy? He says, Dear Flying Pig, Manchester United should play Diogo Dalot as a right winger, and Manchester United should give Angel Gomez an 8-year contract. Fair play to you, Sam Ingram. I did see he sign a new contract. What I don't get with Solskjaer is why he's not playing Angel Gomez instead of Lingard. Lingard's proven rubbish and will probably be leaving at the end of the season, whereas Gomez could develop into a great player if he was given the game time and allowed to improve. In my humble opinion there. Nick Pendergan says Lingard should be playing left, right, out. Yeah, very, very true. Left back in the bloody changing room. Canton R7, how you doing, mate? Says, will Pogba stay or go, Pig? Trust your gut. I think he'll go. Pogba will go in the summer. There's too much competition in there at the moment. We need to improve even further and get another quality central defensive midfielder, in my opinion. There's no place for Pogba in our side. Sorry, but Bruno Fernandes is going to be that creative midfielder. The likes of Matic, Fred, McTominay, they've all performed better for me than Paul Pogba has this season in a United shirt. I know he's got the talent. Look, if he comes in there, if he can work his way back in there, if he's prepared to fight and work his way back in there, then fair play to him, and I hope he has a good end to the season. But to me, he doesn't take anyone out of the team just because he's back fit. Fred shouldn't be dropped. Matic shouldn't be dropped. McTominay shouldn't be dropped. Bruno definitely shouldn't be dropped. So who do you take out from him at this moment in time? Sure, you could take Fred out. Sure, you could take McTominay out. Sure, you could take Matic out. But we've seen the combination earlier on of Pogba and McTominay this season, and more often than not, it was bang bloody average. Sorry. So I don't think he gets in there, and I think he should be sold in the summer to generate some cash for some real United players. And you know when you've got a United player, I think, look at it, guys, it's not just about having a good start, it's about the mentality, it's about the effort levels. Look at Bruno Fernandes out there, he's got the leadership qualities, he's leading and orchestrating Manchester United up the pitch, and you can see what it means to him, the passion, he's trying his guts out there. Same with Odion Ighalo up top there, he's a Manchester United player. Paul Pogba, even though he's twice been a Manchester United player, to me he's not a United player, he lets his head go, he's not got the bottle, son. He's not got the bottle out there, does Paul Pogba. So that's my humble opinion anyway. Thank you very much for your question, Canton R7, or your comment. Matt Lewis says, our club is a bit of a shambles, but Ollie... Oh, hang on, I've missed... there's too many comments coming through. I've totally missed it. I've missed it, my bad. But anyway, you know, I just want to say once again, thank you to you all for tuning in tonight. Please do us a favour. Let's see if we can smash 100 likes on this vid while it's live. Please do give it a thumbs up if you just stumbled in here and have yet to leave a like rating. Please do give it a cheeky like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. having a lot of fun on this channel, loving what I'm doing at the moment. You know, it's really a big passion of mine, and I enjoy interacting with all you legends, and that watch along earlier was great fun, even though I had my tooth out yesterday. I feel so much better than I did earlier, by the way. It's probably the cocoa and malt dose, to be fair. But yeah. Hey, we've got another super chat here. This one's from Matty Rush. Sorry, not a super chat, a PayPal donation from Matty Rush, mate. Matty Rush, man. Thank you so much for this, man. I just want to say you're a legend and also read your comment out here. He says, so good to see the channel gaining more subs. You deserve it, pig. Great show. Pure quality. Matt Rush. Thank you so much, Matt Rush. You're a bloody legend. You are a great supporter of the channel. Thank you very much for all the encouragement there. And have we gone up a bunch of subs today as well? I don't even know. That's brilliant if we have. To all the new subscribers that are watching this channel for the first time, you've done the right thing. Well done. Well done for signing up to Flying Pig United and subscribing. It's free. You know, if you want to support the channel and be a channel member, you can, like a bunch of the other legends that have done, or support it on Patreon. But it's free. You've done a good thing. You've done a good job subscribing to the channel. So it's great to have you on board. Thanks so much. And thank you once again there to Matt Rush, I just want to say. Also, we've got another one from Gungshi. And do you know what? Did I even read Gungshi's comment out earlier? I think I may have had a mail. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. He was talking about Ighalo. But let's just say thank you to Gungshi one more time, because he's PayPal'd one in here. And his comment to go along with it says, hope you're feeling better after having that tooth out, pig. Gungshi, mate, I'm feeling much better now, thank you. And certainly over the next couple of days, I'll be well on the mend. And, you know, really appreciate that, man. And I'm definitely feeling better with all your legendary interactions and support of the channel and well wishes and all that good stuff. Thank you, Gungshi. Yes, I did just see it, mate. Thanks so much for sending it in. Gungshi and Matty Rush, ladies and gentlemen. Proper legends of the channel, honestly. Legend! Right, okay. JP says, Finn is super proud of Nicola's PDL support. The less said about that, the better, my friend. G-Wolf says, welcome to the Bacon Brigade, you legends. Absolutely, all the new people, thanks for getting in here. You've done the right thing, as I say. Thank you for stopping by. And we did have about 4 or 5 new channel members during the watch-along as well. So I just want to say, massive shout-out to you guys that signed up as channel members and helped support the channel. I mean, by becoming a member, if you love this channel, you know, or not love it, you don't even have to love it, but if you get some sort of enjoyment out of it, if it's worth £1.99 a month to you, then please consider becoming a channel member, because that sort of thing could be the difference maker between, you know, me being able to make a lot more content or not. So thank you very much for everybody that does support the channel in that way. Matt Lewis says, loving the positivity, a few recent decent results gets you. Let's keep it up. Squad looking lively again. Fully agree with that, Matty Lewis. Nice one, Matty Rush as well. Gungshi says, glad to hear that, pig. Thank you very much. Yeah, definitely on the mend, Gungs. You know, the worst of it is right now, to be fair, because they had to cut the gum, they had to take it out from the root, they had to stitch it up afterwards. It really is sore, and it feels like I've got a button mushroom just on my gum there at the moment. Like, it must, I don't even want to look at it. It feels messed up. But it's on the mend. Nice one. Let's read a bunch more of your comments out then. Jesse Heron 101 says, Iggy. I'm guessing that's not Piggy. I'm guessing that's for Ighalo. And Ighalo is absolutely amazing. To be fair, what a signing that is, just to chip in with a whole bunch of goals. He really does offer us something different. That's what I like about him. You know, Martial's great, Rashford's great, Greenwood's great, Ighalo's someone else. He's got that strength, that holding up ability, that vision as well to find a pass, and certainly that vision and that quality to execute a finish. 3 goals for Odion Ighalo now. Only a couple of starts, I'm pretty sure, as well. I mean, maybe he's started more than... I think he's maybe only had 2 starts. I could be wrong on that one. But doing a great job, all things considered, no doubt about it. Matthias Lima says, start making videos outside. People need to see you, mate. You are better than Andy Tate. Well, Andy Tate's a bit of a freaking hero, to be fair. But, you know, maybe I should make them outside, yeah. You know, a bit more lighting and stuff. But, you know, come on. You can see the pig well enough here, can't you? Northern Nightmare, how you doing there, Nick? He says, all the best, pig. How can anyone not love the Ighalo? I know, mate. Like, thanks for your comment. Yes, I don't know how anybody can not love him. He's just so positive. I liked him from the moment he first signed, to be fair. Not just because we needed him, but just what he said in that first interview, just about what it meant to him to play for United. You know, we can all relate to that. All of us have grown up. Most of us, you know, unless you're a recent fan or whatever. Most of us has grown up playing football, wanting to be a footballer, dreaming of one day putting on that red shirt and playing for Manchester United. And for 99.999% of people, that dream is never realised. But Odion Ighalo, I truly think he's at his dream moment in his career right now. And even though he's not a permanent player, just to put on that red shirt and play for United and know that everyone back in Lagos, Nigeria is watching him play for United on the grandest stage. He's going to relish this opportunity, and to me, he is fully a United player, mentality-wise, skill-wise, desire-wise, effort-wise, quality-wise. He's a United player to me, so yeah, very happy to have him on board. Very happy to have him. Shout out here, oh wait a second, my computer's frozen up, has it? Shout out here to Cantonar7, who has become a channel member as well. Thank you so much to Cantonar7, you bloody hero. Always been a supporter of the channel. Great to have you in here as always, and thank you very much for showing your support and becoming a channel member, you bloody hero. Cantonar7, ladies and gents. And also, Cantonar7 has just sent in a super chat too, saying, becoming a member, why the F not? Feeling hopeful. Thanks for that, Cantonar7. Yeah, I mean, not only does it support the pig directly, but it also gives you access to the green highlighted name and also access to the emojis and badges, which some people absolutely love in the live chat, to separate yourself from the pack. So thanks very much for that, Cantonar7, you bloody hero. What can I say? You know, very, very blown away by the level of support on this channel these days and all these new members. I mean, I think we've got over 30 channel members now, which is just absolutely unbelievable. It really is. So thank you to everyone that supports the channel in any way that you do. And anyone who's not a channel member, you know, for whatever reason, you know, I get it. Just please do us a favor by liking the videos and sharing the videos and interacting with the videos and commenting, you know. Commenting, get involved, because that's what this channel is about about interacting. The Bacon Brigade here are honestly a bunch of legends. If you're just stumbling across this channel, these people that make this channel, all the people in this chat right now, they're usually in here and they definitely enrich this channel with a lot of banter and a lot of great points and a lot of great comments and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, thank you to you all for being a part of it. Let's read a few more out of yours out there, and then I'm going to wrap this one up for the night, because I definitely need to rest the old gob. Definitely needs to rest the old gob, like Big Gob Bob, who gets in the chat sometimes too. G. Wolf says, Pig, I think if Ollie gets the signings he needs / wants and gets rid of the Deadwood, then he could challenge for the title next season. Well, it's a bold claim, G. Wolf. And you know what? You know, it's all about getting the right players. You know, that can have the difference overnight. We've seen it with Bruno. We've seen it with Ighalo coming in there. Signings are what we need right now. And if we let's say we got the 4 signings that we need. Let's say United spunked the money in the summer and we got rid of Pogba and we sold Jesse and we raised a little bit of capital, and then we just went whole hog and spent a few $100 million and we signed, you know, let's say we made Ighalo permanent, or, you know, Werner, just a striker, and then we signed Sancho, you know, like a really good wide right mid, and then we signed a defensive midfielder like an Ndidi, and then maybe we signed another midfielder as well, like a Jack Grealish or a Todd Cantwell, or just have another option, do you know what I mean? Just somebody young who's going to get better and improve. I think that would really put United in a fantastic position where we've actually got a starting 11 capable of challenging for things. And yeah, we will probably be a little bit way off Liverpool and a little bit way off City, because it will take time for these players to gel and bed in and for Ollie to get that team full on where it needs to be. Because it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in 6 months, I don't think. I think we're 2 years. Me personally, I think we're 2 years off of challenging for the Premier League title again. But I think next year you'll see us comfortably improve. I think, you know, third is what we should be aiming for next season. And I think that's reasonable, you know. How could people be unhappy with finishing third next year when City and Liverpool are so far ahead of us this year? That's what you have to ask yourself. But signings can definitely make the difference. And look, if City have to have this ban, if City have to have a transfer ban, or you balance the books and sell a couple of players off and they don't have Champions League football and maybe a couple want to leave, you might see them slip down, actually. So I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen. Shout out to you. Shout out to Bernardine as well. Thank you, Bernardine. Says, come on, United. Get in there. Come on. Yeah, I agree with you, to be fair, Matthias Lehman. You know, he says, I love Pogba. It's sad if he leaves. Fred out, Pogba in. Well, I don't agree with that part, but I mean, it's sad that Pogba is not worked out for Pogba, because he obviously wanted to come back to United for a reason. He could have gone to a host of clubs. It's not just the money that he came for. That's the thing. That I don't think Pogba came here just to be a mercenary like Alexis Sanchez and not bother. I think he's wanted to succeed at United. He's tried to succeed at United many times. It's just not quite happened for him. For whatever reason, it's one of those ones that just doesn't gel properly, and it just doesn't quite work out for him for whatever reason. Jesse Heron says, Rashi is already a legend. I agree with you. Thank you very much, Mrs. Piggy. And thank you very much, Matthias Lima says, guys, let's like the video. Mr. Pig is amazing. Thank you so much there, Matthias. You're a bloody amazing lad as well. And then Mattis Melachak gets in here and says, greetings from Slovakia. Awesome, we've got a Slovakian tuning in. Mattis, thank you so much for getting in here too. Please do subscribe and chuck a like on it, Mattis. Northern Nightmare says, all the best. How can anyone not love Nick Ighalo? I've already read that one out, actually. Either way, right, okay, I think I'm going to wrap this video up now. I got a little bit confused on my live chat, like what's going on at the bottom here. But I want to give a bunch of shout-outs at the end here. Cantonar7, you're a bloody legend. Thank you, mate. Have a good evening. Matt Rush, bloody hero. iPoddy24, get in there, you absolute funny man. Kurt Koenig, Ryan Berberspin9, Matty Rush, Matt Lewis, Marshall Graller. Nice one, Northern Nightmare. Yeah, 3 for 1 now. JP, Nicola Mrs. Piggy. Who else? Matthias Lima, Jarvis Cocker, Michael Collins, Matty Rush, Music Fiend, Ian T, Patrick O'Neill. Yeah, Gungshi, absolute bloody legend, of course. You know, everybody else as well. Thank you for getting involved. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Please do us a favour on the channel. Smash a like on it. If you could give it a share on social media, that would be absolutely amazing as well. Keep a lookout tomorrow on the channel for the Pig and the Hen show. Sorry, my lips are drying up here. Might be a Pig and the Hen show tomorrow or a call-in. I've got to speak to Henry and confirm it, but hopefully there will be some sort of show tomorrow. I'm desperate to hear his take on, you know, Eric Dyer's actions after the game against Norwich and generally just the whole bottle job against Norwich incident. And Jose Mourinho and the players and everything. Check Wayne Rooney out, by the way. Wayne Rooney's on the screen at the moment giving an interview. Fair play to Rooney. What a United legend. All-time top goal scorer for England and United. How can you say he's nothing but a legend? But that's not a real beard, mate. He's borrowed that from Olivier Giroud. You're not fooling anyone, Wayne. Anyway, that's it. We'll leave it there. But please, before you go, do chuck a like on it. Also, if you could do us a favour, come back once this video is finished, even if you've already commented and had your fill in the live chat, and comment afterwards because it helps us out on the YouTube algorithm to have, you know, more comments. So if you can help us out by doing that, that would be awesome. But I'm going to leave it there. Keep a lookout for upcoming videos on the channel. We've got the Man City game at the weekend. That's going to be a big one. But yeah, if you're a new subscriber, thanks for subscribing. And if you're one of the usual legends, thank you for staying with me. And thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the watch along. Thanks for getting involved in the live chat and the comments throughout all the vids. Have a great evening. Come on, United. Get in there. We smashed up Wayne Rooney's Derby County. Take the O out of that second word. And that's, no, that's harsh. Anyway, we smashed them up. We smashed up Derby County. Sorry, Wayne, not to be your day, mate. You're a great player. But Sergio Romero said, no cigar, Wayne. Anyway, that's it for Wazza. That's it from me. That's it from Ollie. And we'll see you very, very soon. Thank you very much for stopping by on the channel. Chuck a like on it. Subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mr. Flying Pig HD. I'll see you later. You've been watching the big. Take it easy. And come on, United. Oh, yeah. That's it, lads and lasses. Thanks for getting in here then. Jarvis Cocker, Nicola Mrs. Piggy, Gungshi, Matt Lewis, JP, Matty Rush, MT, Ted Zavala, Superjet Badra, Matt Lewis, Nicola Mrs. Piggy. Done all those. Anyway, and all to these Patreon legends as well. Thank you very much for supporting the channel on Patreon or being Tier 2 channel members. All these names on the list right here. Alex Rudd, Alex Rincon, Ecolall, Matty Norton, Lucinda Green, Robbo, Liam White, Gungshi, Jarvis Cocker, Peter Miller, Wallace Moncroy Stewart, Marshall Granner, The Saint, Steve Johnson, Red Devil United 77, Sev the Panda, and Mark Dolman. Thank you to all of you. Shout out Patrick O'Neill. Shout out Living Rent Free in Your Head. And everybody else. Hopefully I covered everyone there. G-Wolf, thank you very much. Gungers, get in there. Anyway, I'll see you very, very soon. Take it easy. This is the Pig. Have a great evening. Stay classy. I know that you will. See you soon.